Beyond and hello, and what the hell was that?
Hi.
I'm not sure.
Can I take my microphone off?
It's okay. Welcome back. I'm Max Scoville. Welcome to a very special Summer of Gaming edition of Podcast Beyond, IGN's weekly PlayStation show. We're going to break down everything huge, regardless of whether or not it's PlayStation exclusive that happened in that Capcom show. But don't worry, we're going to talk about other stuff. Thankfully, we're not expected to just talk about Capcom. But we are going to talk about Capcom. Here to help me break down all that stuff, I'm joined by Jada Griffin, Matt Kim, and Akeem Lawanson. Wow, that was kind of slim pickings right there.
I mean, well, Capcom, they're 40 years old now, and as someone that age, they're showing how out of touch they are with their audience, clearly, by giving us Capcom Town?
Captown.
Captown?
I think was it Captown?
Capcom Town.
Capcom Town.
Maybe it was Capcom Town.
It's a browser game you can go to celebrate 40 years of Capcom.
Yeah.
And that was maybe the biggest reveal in that.
No, we got Pragmata. That was probably.
But that's not.
Yeah.
That was a delay announcement.
It wasn't.
World premiere delay.
They announced they revealed the delay.
Yeah, which was a very cute reveal. That was very funny.
Yes.
We actually put out the call on social media to tweet out your reactions with the hashtag IGN Summer of Gaming. We're still checking those. Jada, what did we have to say? I think we had a comment about the.
Yeah, we got a couple of them. So, based on the reveal of the delay, we got Craig Anderson. That release date apology in the trailer was pretty funny. We had Steve at Scuba Steve 1219 said, with the hot streak Capcom is on, ignoring Exoprimal, it feels like they can delay this as much as they want and it'll still be a banger. This year and next are already stacked as it is. I do 100% agree. We are very stacked this year, so I think maybe there's not a lot of pressure on Capcom to put a lot of stuff out, especially since they're still taking a victory lap from Street Fighter 6 coming out and doing so well.
Yeah, and RE4.
And RE4, yeah.
But again, I just feel like having they didn't have this. They announced this super late. It just feels like kind of unnecessary information. Like it almost just kind of muddied the waters in terms of things to look forward to. And we were joking they're going to show us Dino Crisis. Please show Dino Crisis. Show us I was thinking we'd get like an RE9 tease or something.
I was hoping for that.
Devil May Cry 6, something like that.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 6 was the top of my bingo card. Monster Hunter World 2 was what I was really hoping because they're just winding down development on Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak. It was a perfect time to be like, hey, Monster Hunter World 2 is in production, but no.
Yeah, when you surprise announce a showcase following the events of this weekend, you presume that it's because, hey, we want to get in on the action. We also have big news that we want to drop during this time where everybody's being hyped up for things. And you kind of feel like it's not just a superfluous sort of hey, remember these games that we've already announced 2 months ago?
And a lot of these trailers were just rehashed from stuff we saw at the PlayStation conference or saw at the Xbox conference. We've seen a lot of the footage here.
Yeah.
So I was kind of it was like they lost their homework in the mail. They mailed it to LA to get here, and it got lost. And they're like, "Well, let's just use the homework from last week."
I don't get it. But yeah, we did get the Dragon Dogma II reveal at the PlayStation Showcase, which I'm extremely excited for. All due respect, that game. Love the first one. Very excited to play the second one because it looks gorgeous. But this just feels like kind of a wonky. They showed us the trailer we already seen, gave us a little more insight on the gameplay, but with the same gameplay we'd already seen mostly. It's just one of those things where you have to you have to keep track of what's actually new and being shown off.
Yeah.
They were like, we're really excited to announce that this is an open world action RPG that has physics and a pawn system. And it's like, yeah, man, I knew that from the title. It was in the first one, and you put a 2 after it. It's just sort of assumed as much.
It even has support pawns, which is interesting.
Human bones that move on their own.
All roads lead to Grand Sororin.
Master Harpies. I'm actually really excited. I hope they don't nerf the pawn dialogue because that is one of the funniest things in that game. I think they did actually have to make them shut up a little bit. But yeah, it looks gorgeous. I'm excited to jump in here and character creation and all that.
Exactly. I'm very excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm upset that I didn't get new stuff. I was hoping to have some new things to rewatch the trailer over and over again and be like, oh my goodness, look at that. That is a really cool, that's one of the new vocations. That's one of the new jobs. That's one of the new spells.
It was a lot of reused footage in everything that we saw today coming out of Dragon's Dogma 2. We saw this at the PlayStation Showcase for the most part. We were excited then. They didn't show us anything to get us even more excited.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, they kind of confirmed things that we assumed. We were like, we gotta do a post show for Capcom, and I'm really glad we also have other stuff to talk about. We're also going to talk about Ubisoft and all that. But one big thing that we got during this sort of summer gaming stretch was the reveal of Path of the Goddess, which got shown off first at the Xbox Showcase. Brand new IP. I saw a few people kind of scratching their heads and being like, Onimusha when it first popped up.
Yeah.
And it's got, Jada, what did you think of this?
Yeah, no, I think Path of the Goddess looks really great. I think they want to do some more demonic stuff, but they're not ready to bring Onimusha back. So this is kind of their half and half way of doing it. It's also, we were talking a little bit during the show, it's got a little bit of Okami elements into it where you're kind of like moving and things are popping up behind you. And so, people love Okami. So I don't know. I need to see a little bit more of this one because I'm still not really sure what it's all about. But I don't know. It looks interesting. It's definitely got me intrigued, and I'm gonna check it out as we get more details. But it's still a long way from selling me on being like a day one buy.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we've gotten a lot of games that kind of, have this aesthetic recently. What was the
Monster Hunter Rise kind of went this kind of aesthetic as well.
Monster Hunter Rise, Wild Hearts.
Yep.
I feel like Wolong Fallen Dynasty a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool yokai and monsters and stuff. This is one of those sort of shotgun blasts of sort of snippets of gameplay, which is it looks like gameplay for the most part. Maybe a little cutscene in there, but it's also so kind of scattered that you're like, what do you do? Like I would almost have taken like a stylized cinematic trailer that kind of establishes what this universe is, and then a little sort of a gameplay overview. But yeah, I mean, it's got some creepy monsters and stuff.
This is the one I would have liked to see. It had that gameplay breakdown instead of Dragon's Dogma, where they telling us the same. This is the one I would have liked to have the breakdown on because I would have gotten actually new information about this game and it would have answered questions that I had.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you can't win them all. Capcom is they're on a victory lap, like I said earlier.
Expecting some kind of a showcase?
I know, man. Maybe some cake.
Well, I think Capcom just really wanted to be a part of the action. We have Summer Game Fest happening right now. We're doing our Summer of Gaming, so I feel like they just really wanted to be part of the action. So they hodgepodge the thing together. They spent a long time on a Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, which was I tried so hard not to fall asleep during that.
Yeah, with all due respect, Ghost Trick is great, but also it's a game that already came out.
Yeah.
Like it's a sort of a known quantity, and it's coming out really soon. Like I kind of always, this is like a thing during sort of E3 showcase presentation type things that have always kind of bugged me, where it's something that is totally it's a known quantity. It's coming out so soon, and they always come try to remind people that it's happening. And we're of course we very nose down on this and pay close attention to when everything's happening. But showing off this and like Exoprimal, it's like. You maybe just do like a dedicated thing just to that, like do like a launch day stream. I don't know.
It's good. Like I'm very happy. It's and I'm sure a lot of game preservationists are gonna be very happy that we're gonna get this one. We're getting the Ace Attorney Apollo trilogy that's coming out. That looks really cool to be able to replay those on modern consoles. That they're no longer locked on the handhelds. So like, all in all, they did show a lot of stuff that people are going to be interested in, but it's not the showcase material that we were hoping for.
I think even then, right, like Ghost Trick is also still going to be a digital-only release along with Apollo Justice, Like, if you're going to spend that much time on Ghost Trick, and it seems like it's a game that Capcom really cares about to get people to play, they should announce like a special collector's edition at their fancy showcase,
Yeah. I would love to get that red suit, that fancy red suit comes with it.
I really appreciate that this has a Pomeranian dog in it. See, there's the Pomeranian dog. That's a good dog. I have a Pomeranian dog myself. I can attest. They're great. It's like this in Tokyo Jungle, some of the best Pomeranian dogs in games.
You can dress Peppers up like that for Halloween.
I think that would involve spray painting him, which is frowned upon.
You actually should do the Ghost Trick character.
You want me to bleach my dog? I'm not doing it. It's a terrible idea. Exoprimal. Also something we sort of touched on. It's Jada, you're actually kind of interested in this, right?
Yeah, I got some hands-on time with Exoprimal, with some of the devs and stuff ways back, and I think it's a great game. I think it's not getting it's not being shown off in the way that most people are expecting it to be shown off, or needs to be shown off for people to be hyped on this game. But it's got a really cool blend of PvE, VP. So most of the time, most of the matches you're playing against, just AI dinosaurs that are funneling through portals, and just what they do. They just fall out of portals on top of each other. And the physics of it is great. You see them literally tripping on each other as they fall down from the sky. And then once you get to the tail end of most of the matches, you're competing against another team in kind of like an escort push match. And now this is just one of the modes that I got to play. Like, there's multiple different modes, so this isn't, all of them aren't the same, but you can, at that point, when you're both pushing like this payload, you're fighting against each other and you're shooting the other team's payload, which stops it from moving. So you have to choose, like, am I targeting the payload? Am I targeting the enemies that are shooting our payload or shooting us? Am I targeting the person who just transformed into a dinosaur and is now trying to destroy us? Because my team at one round got wiped because we went through a choke point in the map, and they came through as a Triceratops and just did a little belly roll through the whole
that's so cool.
chokehold and wiped our whole team. It was a masterful play. I was very upset. We still won, and I MVP'd the round, but it was I
really appreciate how just wackadoo video gamey this is. Like,
It is.
It's like, why are the dinosaurs coming out of portals in the sky? Shut up, just shoot them.
I mean, these are also the creators of Dead Rising, where we have like hordes of zombies just running at you. So I mean, like, this is like within their wheelhouse to make a game where just like a bunch of raptors are just jumping out of a portal coming at you. I'm also interested in this too. One of the things though that caught me off guard, I saw the redhead right there. I immediately thought of Regina from Dino Crisis. I'm pretty sure a lot of people watching in the comments, y'all were like, oh, is that Regina? Oh, we're getting Dino Crisis. Nope, it's just a switcheroo. Capcom, they know what they're doing. They're not going to give us Dino Crisis because we got Exoprimal at home.
Yeah.
Not yet, coming soon.
Right.
next month.
I feel like it's going to be a while before we get a proper Dino Crisis remake. I think they got enough Resident Evils to probably.
I think they're testing. I think they're testing some stuff, testing some physics with the dinosaurs.
Making sure they can
like
fall
that.
out of the sky properly.
Yeah,
How many of them can we pile up? How much of a crisis can these dinosaurs really be? Yeah.
Existential crises for the dinosaurs.
But yeah, speaking survival horror, we got a very quick snippet of RE4 VR.
Yes, Resident Evil 4 VR, which I'm super excited about. I mean, I was excited about it when we saw it during the show, the PlayStation Showcase. I don't think they showed us any new footage. I think that was the same exact footage that we saw. Like, I mean, I combed through that footage after it dropped for the PSVR 2, or after that footage dropped, however many weeks ago at the PlayStation Showcase. I'm excited for this, but it still looks, I don't know, like it looks kind of wonky a little bit. Like, looking at the arms there, I don't know. It doesn't look as fluid and smooth as the arm, as the movement in Resident Evil 4 Village VR.
You think so?
No, not Resident Evil. Not 4 Village. Resident Evil Village VR.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Combining
the
two
part is
different
because that was by design first person.
Yeah.
You really spend a lot of time looking at Ethan's hands and how horribly they get injured in that game.
They're building it from the ground up, which is amazing. I mean, this is it's not going to be an easy feat. So I know it's going to be some time till we get this.
This is kind of cool. I mean, it's funny because we've gotten the first-person games flipped into third-person, and we've gotten this. We've already seen this in VR once with the Meta Quest version. Yep. Yeah, man, I'm into it, but also it looks, I'm not gonna, it's too scary, you know? So you're looking forward to it. What part are you dreading the worst?
Are you kidding me? The chainsaw man coming at me and I gotta like block him with either my gun or my knife?
He's funny though.
You just hit the parry button at the right time.
I don't know how easy it's gonna be in VR. I'm not sure about this. Like, look at that. That in your face right there.
I think it's scary that he's a doctor, you know? Like, canonically, he's a doctor of what? I don't know. Where to get the chainsaw? It's weird.
Doctor of Pain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of chain.
Saw. Yeah, there you go.
No, I dreaded the Verdugo in the the first VR one they did, and I proceeded to not play that far into it because I didn't want to deal with him. And the Verdugo really just gives me the panics. Like, I really don't. That guy comes out of the ceiling. You gotta freeze him like he's a mole you want to take off. It's just very bad times.
I'm not looking forward to the axes being thrown at me and them screaming obscenities at me that I don't understand.
I'm afraid, my only fear is that I'm going to swing to block the axe and I'm going to hit somebody as they walk through my living room. That's what I'm most afraid of.
An actual walker.
An actual walker, yes.
Yeah, that seems like it could be tricky. I don't know. It's interesting though because there were enough new mechanics in the remake that this could be a very different experience compared to the previous VR one we saw. Anyway, we've got tons more to talk about, including grading all of the shows over the last few days. I think some of them that we might have to see us after class. We're also going to talk about everything we saw from a PlayStation perspective. Stick around. Summer of Gaming continues right after this.
IGN's Summer of Gaming is presented by Lenovo Legion with 13th gen Intel Core processors. Beyond performance.